Hey guys, welcome to a brand new video series we're doing here at Be With Your Twin Flame called Famous Twin Flames. So in this series, we're going to analyze kind of from obviously an outside perspective. We're not a part of these relationships, but analyze famous people, both in the past and in present, his fiction or real people, and famous couples, and see if they could or could not possibly be on a twin flame journey from what we, know about them or are told about them. We obviously are not in their relationships, so we don't know it all, but just if they kind of follow the trends and there are typical things that happen and certain things that must happen in order to be on a twin flame journey. It's not to say that they aren't twin flames necessarily, because just like other people, they could be married to each other and living together in long-term relationships with each other, and not have had soul recognition. So they're not on a twin flame journey, so they wouldn't even know they're twin flames, right? And neither would we. And, their relationship wouldn't follow that pattern. So we're not looking at whether or not they're twin flames, because like anyone who that's married could be twin flames, but if they haven't had soul recognition, it's irrelevant and they don't know. Their relationship would just emulate a regular physical 3D relationship, like a soulmate relationship, right? So we're just looking at ones who could have been experiencing or could be experiencing, in our opinion, a twin flame journey. In other words, they've had soul recognition and they have the push-pull fear-based energy going on. They're either one is either blocked from the other, or they are stuck in that back and forth push-pull, in and out relating experience, on again, off again. And the reason we wanted to do this was because we wanted to bring some lightheartedness, some humor, some brevity, some some lightheartedness to this channel and to our videos and to the community, because everyone comes to us in such fear-based energy, which is perfect. That's what the twin flame journey is about. But fear is serious. Fear is pain and sadness and analytical and just, wanting and confused and trying to find out information all you can and all this other stuff. And, it's really heavy stuff. And that is not our soul. Our soul is light and happy and carefree and humorous. And so we really wanted to bring a touch of that here. And this is just for fun. So we don't need to get anyone, no one needs to get triggered by anything we're saying here or, freaking out. This is not anything to, argue about or anything like that. It's just for fun. It's our take on it. And so that's what this is for. So, we are going to start with the first couple, which is the quintessential twin flame couple, and that would be Romeo and Juliet. And before we get into this, I just want to remind you that if you think you're experiencing a twin flame journey, or if you want some more help or guidance along your twin flame journey, to visit us at bewithyourtwinflame.com. The link will be in the description of the video. And you'll find a lot of information there, including a free master class about what's really going on, underneath all the stuff that you see and you feel, what's really going on the energetic soul level between you and your twin flame, and all the ways that we can support you. And we have many options, so definitely check it out. Click the link, bewithyourtwinflame.com. Okay, so Romeo and Juliet. I say they're the quintessential twin flame couple. My teacher also said the same thing. Yes, they follow a very typical twin flame path of what we know from Shakespeare's writing about them. So first of all, it's very common, and remember, there's no generalities, there's no boxing anything, there's not all or nothing, right? This is the soul. There's no right or wrong. It's just, but there are certain trends, certain commonalities that tend to happen, and we see very often in the majority of people on experiencing twin flame journey, and from what we've experienced personally on ours as well. And so one of those is overcoming some kind of physical barrier, physical obstacle that would prevent you and your twin flame from even considering having a relationship with each other in the first place. And Romeo and Juliet definitely had this. Romeo and Juliet, their two families were feuding. And so, I mean, it was forbidden for anyone in those two families, the Montagues or Capulets, to even socialize with each other, let alone fall in love with each other and try to be together. And of course, that was the whole crux of the whole entire issue that Romeo and Juliet were having. But, nevertheless, they came together. And so that is right there a very common thing that you see with twin flames in terms of the relating experience with them at first. They overcome some sort of physical, some physically perceived obstacle that, might make or break any other relationship with someone else. And like Shakespeare said, they were star-crossed. So right there, it's a tragedy, and they ended tragically. And you can see the push-pull energy at work with them, how they were never quite able, after the first like soul recognition, the push-pull came into effect, and they were never able to physically unite again, right? Because, just even with how the energy worked out with the timing, and this is despite their intention and their will to be together, the energy, obviously there was other forces keeping them apart, right? And you could just see that with the timing, how Juliet took the potion or whatever it was. I can't really remember what caused her to pretend to seem like she was died. Then Romeo finds her, kills himself. Then she finds Romeo, kills herself. And, it's obviously other energies are in there at play, keeping them from physically coming together in that lifetime. And twin flames, it's a tragic ending usually, until, really this lifetime of twin flames, now having soul recognition, and now that we know the truth, and our level of human consciousness, the collective human consciousness has risen enough to be able to really resonate and receive this truth, that we can now have physical relating experiences, loving ones, with our twin flame after having had soul recognition and balanced out the push-pull fear-based energy and shifted closer into alignment with our true selves and our souls. Well, in previous lifetimes and generations, the level of consciousness wasn't there. So, very often, the twin flame couples back then, the ones that were on experiencing twin flame journeys and who had soul recognition, and then, had the activated push-pull fear-based energy activated, they ended tragically with one or both, the deaths of one or both twin flames. And it's very, very, very common. And, back then it was obviously where the level of human consciousness was, which affects, the level of civility, the level of societal norms and laws, and just how relating with others happens and stuff, not just between twin flames, but just in a civilization and in society. And so, back then, obviously, in the time of Romeo and Juliet, people were killing each other all over the place, right? It wasn't as awful of a thing to do as, say, it is now, right? So, it's very common that twin flames throughout history, ended in tragedy for one or both twin flames, because, it was a lot more accepted. I'm not saying it was right or anything like that. I'm not judging anything here. I'm just saying it was more accepted historically, earlier in our previous lifetimes on Earth, that, to murder someone, to, commit crimes of passion, and just, especially, male twin flames, if they would happen to be the push fear-based energy, and the woman, was, I don't know, pulling away and then trying to be with someone else, or, whatever, all the guy had to claim was she was committing adultery or something, and guess what? It's fine. He was allowed to kill her. The Bible said you could stone women for committing adultery, right? Just take in mind the historical context when we look at past couples from history, that, twin flames most often ended tragically for one or other, meaning that, one or both were killed. And so Romeo and Juliet definitely had the tragedy in it as well. And so, yes, for these reasons that we believe, and we see the pattern, and they were totally on a twin flame journey and had their activated fear-based push-pull energy activated. So that is our take on Romeo and Juliet. Thanks for watching. I hope you enjoyed this and learned a little bit about twin flames from a general perspective and historical perspective. And again, click the link below or in the description and visit us at bewithyourtwinflame.com. We're here to help you. And if you have any couples, past, present, fiction, nonfiction, you'd like us to discuss in one of these videos, drop it in the comments and we'll get to it in a future video. Thanks for watching, guys, and lots of love.